Drivers, to your cars. Drivers, to your cars.
Welcome race fans of the Richmond International Raceway in the NORL Busch Bonanza Toyota 300. On the pole tonight, we've got Frank Womack starting alongside Dave Daniels. Second row, Philip Parker and Patrick Calgill. Third row, Ken Joint and Aaron Cummings. On the fourth row, Jared Mogard and Adam Beresford. Row 5 brings us Tommy Davis, and I believe that is the 40 of Ronaldo Scott. Doug Spark, John Cheeseman, Mark Huron, and Mike Carroll. Jack Painter alongside Connor Germain. Stephen Davis alongside the 86 car of Reigns. JT Armstrong alongside Kevin Corbett. Joe Polson alongside PDJ Zeller. Brandon Cruz Montseves alongside Nigel Ramaswamy. Mark Guthrie starting further back than we've seen him most of the season alongside Joe Mersdorf. Then we have Brian Lowe alongside Matt Bondempi. David Courtney, and I believe that is the 90 of Bernard Person back there. It is. Then we've got on the inside Rybo Womack and David Baldinger. Stephen Lowe and Tony Tonto Jr. Adriano Fraporti and Scott Deutsch. Stefan Harding and Jackson Vatcher. Scott Drake and Ramondre Diggs starting towards the back. And on the final row, Ron Stout and Broderick Whitman. That is the starting grid. 300 laps around Richmond International Raceway. One of the more exciting short tracks in the country some of the times. My headset cord is tangled in a knot. Let's fix that a little bit. Maybe I should have the headset plugged into the front of the computer, not the back. Ideas for future me. Oh, I'm missing something on the desk. Let me grab it here before we get the command. Alright, how quick did I get through the grid more than I needed to? A decent bit quicker than I needed to. Oh well. Damn good question how long this race is actually going to take to run. Okay, so TV1, TV2, Spectator, Pit Road. Okay, just checking our cameras here. Alright, ready for the command to start engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the engines come to life. One of these days I'll learn the exact time index to expect the command. I think it's right at 5 minutes. And the field rolls off. Pace car ready to come in. They're going to turn them loose from Richmond. 300 laps. Pace car peels off. And the green flag flies. We are underway from Richmond. Womack leads them off into turn 1. Parker going for second. And we got Ronaldo Scott brushing the wall down the backstretch on the first lap. A little early to be getting into trouble, don't you think? Battle for second. Daniel's not giving it up, but Parker's got a preferred line here through most of this track. The bottom tends to eventually win. Daniel's putting on a good fight on the high side. Sometimes you can pin that guy on the bottom down, but on fresh tires it's a lot harder. Just letting Womack get away. They still can't settle this. Womack stretched out to a second, watching these guys in his mirror fight. Parker, no, Parker hasn't cleared him yet. Ooh, a little bit of a touch there between Calgo and Joint, and Parker finally gets clear. Now Daniels is still stuck on the outside. Might lose another spot here. See if now that Parker's got clear, if he can try to track Womack back down. Calgo tries to move himself solidly into the third spot. Daniels gets a good run off the corner, though, and I think he's cleared him. He has. Parker not making ground on the lead here. Davis and Cummings fighting, and we got Huron and Spark behind him, also in a fight. And Huron has cleared Spark. Moved himself up into the 10th spot. Mark Guthrie working his way forward. Mark up to 16th. Now looking to make a move on Ronaldo Scott and Jack Painter. He's going to go to the outside of Painter here. Kevin not confident that the outside's the move to go. Goes to the bottom. Is going to try to pass Guthrie. And Kevin's going to get to the inside of Painter here too. Painter seems to maybe be struggling a little bit here. Monseves is pulled into this battle now too. So 40 gets away from it. Yeah, I think the 7 is holding people up here. Kevin, I don't think got clear there, but just about got it. Might clear him here in 1 and 2. As they now come up on the cars ahead. Traffic ebbs and flows sometimes. Mark tried to get back down to the bottom, but saw that bright orange tide ride coming and went, you know what, too early in the race to get turned. As the 41 in the pits, flat tire for Ramondre Diggs. That's going to put them already 3 laps down with this issue. Unfortunate. Going to be difficult to get that time back. Is their battle forming any further forward in the fields? The 41 is still sitting there in the pits. Womack is not getting caught by him. Mike Carroll having a bad day off the back of the field. Sounds like they are struggling with some sort of mechanical issue on that car. Raybo Womack trying to work his way out to the field. Working on JT Armstrong here. 41 is going to resume now. 5 laps in the rears. Gonna take some attrition to make a good point stay out of this. Unlikely to get 5 laps back. Field stretching out at the front. Daniels is right here with Parker, and they are actually slowly reeling in the leader. They had it down to a second last time around. What is it at now? It came right back out. Mike is a decent ways off the back of the field. Bit of action here in the mid-pack. Tony Tonto, Jr., Bernard Person, and Stephen Lowe going at it. Battle settled down for the moment. Mersdorf, last season that was a dominant car. This season we're not seeing the same sort of performance out of that team. They got to be wondering what they've got to do to get back on terms. I think Doug might be holding up John Cheeseman here a little bit. But John not able to put together a move to make a pass here. Gap closing again at the front as Womack had to pass Mike Carroll to put him down a lap. See if the rest of the contenders are able to clear him quickly enough to make any long-term gain on it. Yeah, Mike's got a problem. That thing is just not making speed down the front or back stretch. Yeah, they made a long-term gain here. See if they can continue to capitalize, though. As it looks like it's going to be a long night for the 50 crew. May manage, though, even at this pace, to stay ahead of the 41. Gap continues to close. Parker might smell blood. The front of this field's actually kind of coming together again. And Whitman crawls to a stop on the front stretch, and the yellow is out. Caution on the speedway for the first time. Roger Whitman has had an issue, and it sounds like he's cut down a tire and just brought it to a halt. The officials are not going to be happy about that. Probably pulled him a couple of laps for that as we come around and take the yellow. However, that was great news for Scott Deutsch, among a handful of others there that were getting pretty close to getting caught. This pace car picks up the field. Pit road will be open here. I suspect we will see everybody in. Pit road's about to become a very, very busy place. Here comes everybody. You see any sneaky strategy calls here? And Parker's going to win the race off of pit road. Bad stop for Daniels. He's going to lose a handful. Looks like not a great stop for the 78 team either. Scott Deutsch just beats the pace car. Running order under caution. Philip Parker leads over Frank Womack. Then we have Patrick Calgold, Ken Joint, Adam Beresford, Dave Daniels, Aaron Cummings, Jared Mogard, Doug Spark, Mark Huron, Stephen Davis, John Cheeseman, Kevin Corbett, Tommy Davis, Mark Guthrie, Ronaldo Scott, Jack Painter, Brandon Rains, Raybo Womack, Joe Polson, JT Armstrong, Brendan Cruz Monseves, or was it Brendan Cruz Monseves, David Courtney, PDJ Zeller, Nigel Ramaswamy, Brian Lowe, Connor Germain, Stephen Lowe, Joe Mersdorf, Matt Bondempe, Tony Tonto Jr., Bernard Person, Stefan Harding, Ron Stout, Adriano Fraporti, Scott Drake, David Baldinger, Jackson Vatcher, and Scott Deutsch fast car in the lead lap. Mike Carroll 1 lap down. Broderick Whitman 3 down, having just stopped on track. I think they have docked him at least 1 additional lap in all this. I'm trying to find... The 68 car has gotten back out there, but yes, was docked a lap for stopping on track. And the 41 of Ramondre Diggs, 5 down, had a issue that led to an extended pit stop. Just having a nice green flag run until the 68 ground to a halt. So we got 40, or is it 39 cars? 39 cars in the lead lap. 42 running. Nobody has dropped out of this race yet, but a few have dropped out of contention. Mike Carroll had been struggling with a mechanical problem. Unsure if they've been able to correct it. Alright, doubled up for the restart. 3-lap cars on the inside. Unsure whether they've been able to make any repairs to assist that 50 car, so we'll have to see if he goes anywhere on the start. 68 and the 41, in theory, should be at their normal pace, having just had issues with tires. Pace cars in. Green, green, green. Parker's going to get clear right off the bat, which is going to give him a distinct advantage. So Parker's got an advantage here. The lap car is kind of working with him. Mike Carroll does appear to have gotten whatever was going on with that car corrected. We're going to send a reporter down there to talk to the crew, figure out what it was that they found, presuming they found anything. Womack trying to get through the traffic. Frank Womack trying to get around Whitman here now. Put him into a spot where he can try to get up here. So Parker got a second of gap through the traffic. Guys are now getting clear. Let's see if that gap holds. It held that lap. Gap's starting to come up. Was coming up, but now Womack trying to reel him back in. Let's look further back in the field now. That's space car. Beresford trying to get around the lap cars. These lap cars aren't too far off song, so... .41's just sort of being a nuisance through here, isn't he? Well, there's the struggle to get through the traffic. Ken Joint's like, okay, I'm tired of waiting for you. I'll do it myself. I'll pass you and I'll pass them. So Womack is closing in at the front. Giving Whitman a little bit of breathing room to the cars behind. They've worked their way around Whitman now, so that's an improvement in their fortunes. Let's see if they can close any of this gap. They've lost a lot of time to the leader just because of this lap traffic. And they still want to pass the 50 car. Report down from the pits that the 50 team found a loose plug wire, so he was apparently running on 7 cylinders. They hoped that that was the whole thing. Max closing in at the front. He's got down to half a second. He's trying to hunt down Parker Hill. And Calgill's staying right with him. Just sort of stalking him now. Just sort of sitting here, closing a little bit here and there. They may just be waiting for the catch of traffic to occur. So Calgill's pulled right up on the back here. This group is compacting together, but not really showing signs of wanting to race each other just yet. There is lap traffic looming ahead. Looks like Scott Deutsch is going to likely be the next car to lose a lap. Unless another yellow comes out to save him. Well, he's got a pack of cars with him. He's right there, and we got the lap cars forming up ahead. Now that's when you gotta be good through traffic. We're nearing the 1/3 distance. 3 Chevrolets at the front as they catch the back of the field. Scott Deutsch has gone down a lap. Jackson Vatcher's going to be next on the list. So lead lap guys try to work their way through without getting held up too badly. This might allow some of the group that were held up earlier to close in some. Yeah, slight closing in for the 0 of Dave Daniels. Parker having to work here to get around Vatcher, but he's done it. Vatcher down a lap. They got 2 more in this group to deal with. Oh, it's not helped Patrick at all. Stuck behind Vatcher now. Parker gonna make the move? No, cannot get to the inside of that 18 car. Parker finally dives inside of Adriano. And Womack needs to follow through, otherwise this is going to be a big advantage to 79. I don't think Womack's going to follow him. So Parker going to try to make some hay now. Trapping some of his competitors in lap traffic. Womack ducks out here. Cowgill's just stuck with these lap cars. Closing back in. I think Frank has a faster car. Just can't get the opportunity to do anything about it. Patrick back here not getting anywhere. The person most wanting to see more cars go a lap down is Mike Carroll. Gives him somebody he can pass. He seems to be faster than a lot of these cars now. So he is actually closing on this group that'll all be poor position when he gets there. Parker's going to roll up here and catch some more lap cars. Cowgill's finally trying to get around some of these guys back there. But he's lost a lot of time on the track here. And Parker's trying to eke away again. Parker has caught Connor Germain, who's running here with Scott Drake and Ron Stout. See if we can put any of them a lap down here. Train running in the 35th spot. And to the inside comes the Dr. Kelp machine. And down a lap will go the 21. Putting up a fight, but I don't think it's going to be really worth his effort. Parker needs to try to get through these other two in this group before Womack can. Otherwise he risks giving up any advantage he gained. got Drake down a lap. Womack gonna try to follow through though. Put a car between he and Womack, and he's trying to put a second one here down the front stretch. Gotta make this move here. Gets to the inside of Stout, but Womack's going to the inside of Drake. 22's gonna go down a lap here, just a matter of how many corners it takes. And he's cleared him. So still now a car between them as Womack is still working on the 71. A little bit of free track here for him to try to build an advantage. Starting to open a little bit of a gap here. There's going to be a lot more traffic ahead now. And Mike Carroll's begun to catch some of the cars that are being lapped and is working his way up. Move Scott Deutsch down to 40th. He's caught Stefan Harding. He's gotten a little bit of advantage, but Womack is now free and clear, trying to close up on him as he's now chucked up a little bit behind his 47. Gets to the inside of Stefan, but can't make it stick. Harding's going to clear him on the exit here, it looks like. This is not going to be a good lap for Parker. Tries again. Each one of these cars is going to get harder to pass as we get further up through the field. Womack closing in now. He needs to get this pass done. Didn't clear him yet. Womack's caught him. Of course, Womack's going to have to pass this same car, too. Now Bontempi next on the chopping block. See if you can clear him with a little more ease than he did Stefan. He needs to get some breaks through traffic here, because I think Frank has a faster car overall. The traffic's been helping him so far, for the most part. That one didn't help him, but he's got a car between he and Frank now. It's not going to stay that way. Here comes Frank charging around that. Calgo trying to close in too, but he'll have to deal with all this traffic. JT next on the chopping block. Didn't quite clear him, so that might give Parker about a half a lap to try to pull back away. And Womack's clear, free to chase again. Gap just under half a second. I swear I saw some... Well, there is some smoke. The 54 is blowing smoke from the looks of it. Yep, 54 coming to the pits. Smoke off of that machine. So the 54s come in. We've, actually, that's the second car of the race. The 15 was retired without me even noticing. So that leaves 40 cars running in this race. We're down to, we're going to call it 26 on the lead lap because this 80's about to lose this lap. Or is he? He's going to clear the leader, and Womack's going to try it on the outside here. Battle for the lead. I don't know if Frank's going to get anywhere up there. He's going to go for a crossover here down the front stretch. Doesn't get enough to run. So Jared Mogard and Joe Merstorp are now both out of this race with mechanical failures. Well, Parker still leads over Frank Womack. Calgo and Daniels are with each other at the back of the next knot of traffic behind these guys. Tony Tonto Jr. is all but a lap done. Tonto does not want to lose this lap. He's fighting it. There's only so much fight you can give. Calgo and Daniels are doing a good job through traffic. They might actually be able to do something here soon. Especially if the leader hits another nasty knot. Phil, you need to do this. You need to get away. This is your chance. He's going to put 2 cars between he and Womack. It's going to be one of the more comfortable gaps we've seen him have for a while. Green for about 100 laps. We may see green flag pit stops if this keeps up. He's got 2 cars between, but he's really not getting away here. Calgo and Daniels need to get around, who was that back there? Was that the, who was that? 5 car, yeah, they need to pass Armstrong here if they want to really have a chance at this. Womack passing Tonto now. Calgo and Daniels are going around JT in the 5 car now. Parker struggling with Stephen Lowe here. Stephen did not want to give up the spot. He wants to stay on the lead lap as long as he can. The inside comes Parker. Didn't clear him yet. Still working on the clear. Finally gets it done. Cowgill and Daniels are going to catch Womack here at this rate. You can hear how much slower they're getting to the corners as the tires wear off. Guess we could set what we're looking at in the field. So Parker leads over Frank Womack. Third place is actually a fight right now between Cowgill and Daniels. Looks like Dave Daniels has taken the spot. Yep, Dave Daniels up to third. Fourth, Patrick Cowgill. Going back for fifth place, Ken Joint just ahead of Aaron Cummings. Be John Cheeseman has just gotten around Beresford, then Mark Guthrie and Tommy Davis, that's the top 10. Mark Huron on 11th, Doug Spark running 12th. 13th belongs to the 86 car of Reigns, then Kevin Corbett in 14th. 15th is Ronaldo Scott. 16th is Stephen Davis, then Brendan Cruz Monseves, Jack Painter, Raybo Womack, Joe Polson riding in 20th. Leaders not far behind this group. Then we've got David Courtney, PDJ Zeller, and Nigel Ramaswamy and Bernard Person. That's the last car on lead lap is Bernard. Here's the leader again. So Parker's got some heavy traffic he's catching. He's only got a one-car gap to Womack, but Womack's having a hard time at that Stephen Lowe machine back there. Womack has gotten around the traffic, so now he's got nothing between him and this. It's going to be hard for Parker to get through without losing a lot of time. Gap already starting to come down for him. Go to the outside of Bernard here. Nope, nothing there. Womack continues to gain. Still fighting. Finally gets the inside of Bernard. And that's halfway. If he leaves just a little bit more, he can at least get the bonus points now. So he's led since somewhere in the 30s as... Is that the 41 grinding to a halt again? More trouble for that team, not what that car needed. They were already many laps down. Looks like they're going to be able to get that thing back into the pit lane there at the end of the pit road. So we should stay green. As Parker starts to scythe his way through these guys. Slides up the track. I think he got in there a little deep. He recovered it. He's gonna try that line again. Did it actually work, or is he now just hunting for grip as his tires are going away on him? 2 cars between me and Frank now. A lot of traffic ahead of him. Heavier traffic than we've seen the leader in for a while, and he's gonna almost get a bump from Nigel here. I'm gonna try to pass PDJ Zeller on the outside. Where these tires are on the run, that might work. Here comes Womack on the bottom though. And we got Daniels and Calgill joining the battle. We haven't seen them in a while. Parker has made it work on the outside. 41 has resumed. And Parker brings it to the pit road. Green flag pit stops. And that's going to turn the lead over to Daniels. Parker comes to his crew's attention. Let's see, it's going to be 4 tires and fill her up with fuel. Down and away. We're in the danger zone. Oh, now. Can't have a yellow coming out here. Staying out longer is probably disadvantage. There's a little bit of debris there. There was contact somewhere, but it didn't look like anything we need to worry about. Still green. Mark Guthrie now the leader. I think he might be one of the last ones still circulating. He may be trying to make this a fuel mileage affair. Guthrie comes in. That'll release Parker back on the lead lap. One less thing for him to worry about. So he's going to stick him 3 wide in a turn 1. They just about got to turn 3, 4 wide there. Fortunately, Baldinger had a little bit of sense and lifted some. Cycle still hasn't actually completed yet, has it? But it should here shortly, and we should see Parker back at the top of the scoring pile. And there it is. Give it a lap to shake out and figure out where everybody's at here in the running order now. So Parker leads now, still over Womack. Womack with a lot of traffic to deal with. Look at all this traffic. Then it's Daniels. Cowgill. Ken Joint now has joined Patrick Cowgill. Cheeseman and Cummings. Beresford, Huron. Doug Spark up to 10th. Tommy Davis in 11th. Mark Guthrie and Kevin Corbett, 12th and 13th. And the 14th place and last car on the lead lap is the 40 car of Ronaldo Scott. And then there's the leader behind him. So Womack's got some work to do before he's going to be any threat to Parker. Parker's got a lot of clean track ahead of him. There are 14 cars on the lead lap, and 40 cars still running. The 41 is now 10 laps down. 21 has gone 5 down. The 68 is 4 down. The 18 is 3. A handful of cars have gone 2 laps down. Mike Carroll's actually gotten up to 24th. He's kind of enjoying the long green flag run. If he doesn't get his lap back, long green flag runs are how he can get the most cars. As more cars will go a lap down, he can just pass them now that they're on his lap. Green since the one and only caution right around lap 35. Caution was brought up when Brother Whitman had a flat tire and stopped on the track. Womack may finally be about to break out of traffic and start trying to make a advance here on the 79. Oh, we've got a crash. Caution's out. Stefan Harding's in the wall. That's going to save a few guys from going a lap down and get Frank caught right back up. What has just happened here to put Stefan Harding in the wall and our second caution on the speedway? Oh, Kevin's had enough of his crap and has turned him. And Kevin got some contact from the wall himself. So caution's out for Kevin turning Stefan Harding into the outside wall. I mean, Kevin needed a caution because the leader was coming, but I don't know that he needed it that badly. And here comes just about all the lead lap cars are certainly going to come in here. This should make it so everybody can make it to the end. And Parker will resume leading. First car off pit road. Damage doesn't look to be too bad for Kevin. In fact, he's gonna pick up a spot on pit road. As everybody else comes on in, except Reigns is staying out. Few that might have stayed out for the long haul here. So when we get ready for the restart, it's going to be interesting to see what the first lap car is, because that's really going to make things interesting here. It does look like Reigns has just stayed out here. So running order: Philip Parker, Frank Womack, Dave Daniels, Patrick Calgo, Ken Joint, John Cheeseman, Aaron Cummings, Adam Beresford, Doug Spark, Mark Huron, Mark Guthrie, Tommy Davis, Kevin Corbett, Ronaldo Scott, and then tailwind of the lead lap is Brandon Reigns. 15 cars technically in the lead lap, although really it's only 14, and 40 cars still run. So we are nearing the 2/3 distance mark. Doubled up for the restart, so it's going to be pair of lap cars technically at the front then. It's going to be Whitman though. Whitman's going to be a hindrance here. More cars on the inside than the outside. Alright, pace car is going to come away. 86 and 68 at the front. Green, green, green. It's fun Harding doing dumb 3 wide things. As Parker tries to get clear here, it's not working. Womack has gotten to the bottom trying to work his way forward, but 68's going to be in his way. Parker clears the 68. And now Womack's going to try to pass the 68 on the bottom. Hasn't cleared him yet. Gets him off of turn 4. Now he can set his sights on Parker. Gap actually opened up there. Daniels is settled in the third cowgirl, losing spots. Caught back up to the 86. Can he get around him and try to drive away from the field again? Well, Womack is right there with him now. So is Dave Daniels. Got 3 cars at the front getting held up by 1 solitary lap car. Everybody else in the lead lap's got some work to do to try to get up here. 2/3 distance. Frank slides up. Daniel's looking to the inside. And here's the challenge for the lead. Womack to the inside. And the door gets closed. Womack onto the apron. I think all three of them nearly came together there. Womack's gonna get in there again. Try to push him up here on exit. 2/3 distance gone. 100 laps to go. Womack's there, nosing ahead off the corner. Frank Womack back to the lead. Dave Daniels trying to come through as well, move up to second. Womack trying to get away while these two fight, but he needs to get around Reigns. Ooh. Getting on the apron there, that's not ideal. And the 41 has come to a stop on the track again, I believe. Yep, caution is out. Really bad day for this 41 team, huh? They are now 10, 11 laps down and have brought out 2 cautions. Well, caution being out, we will rack him up, and the 86 got that lap back. So that fighting was not for naught. And I think we're going to see everybody come into the pits once again. So we'll have to see how this goes.
Hey, do you want to go get boba with me? Oh, what? Boba? Me? Sunday?
And Parker wins the race off of pit road for the second time. That's how the lead will change hands. Did Kevin get the 78 here on pit road? It was close. I don't think he did. And it looks like every lap car will come in. So running order: Philip Parker, Frank Womack, Dave Daniels, Ken Joint, John Cheeseman, Patrick Calgill, Aaron Cummings, Adam Beresford, Mark Huron, Doug Spark, Mark Guthrie, Tommy Davis, Kevin Corbett, Ronaldo Scott, and Brandon Rains are the lead lap cars. So 41 is now 12 laps down. They're still out there hoping for more attrition. Mike Carroll, after his early issue, where does he climb to? He's up to 19th. So making the best out of a bad day, that 50 team. If he hadn't had that issue on the start, he might have been in the top 10. We're going to get doubled up. They're going to put the 41 at the front of the inside line. That's a great idea. So just inside 100 laps to go in the Toyota 300 from Richmond Busch Bonanza Series coming to the green flag. Led by Philip Parker, who has led the most laps today. Frank Womack in second, who had just taken the lead before the yellow came out, has lost the lead twice on pit road to that 79 machine. Almost said 78. That's the wrong car number. In third, Dave Daniels, Ken Joint. Furthest we've seen him up the field in quite some time. Today, anyway. Then Cheeseman, Calgo, Cummings, Beresford, Huron, Spark, the top 10, and we are green. And Parker's going to clear the 41 with no problem at all. Can Womack get clear down the back? Not quite. Might clear him down the front, though. Alright, first two have cleared all the lap traffic. So, Womack's got to do it all over again, get up there and make the pass once more. All the lead lap cars have got some traffic to work through if they want a shot at it. Daniel's working his way through. Calgo trying to work his way back up into fourth. So we can watch that battle. Cummings trying to follow him through. And Joint stuck in a bad spot here. He's going to lose the fifth spot here to Cummings from the look of it. Sixth spot's going to be in threat from Cheeseman. here comes Mark Huron to try to pass him. He can't get... Oh, and the motor goes! That's not good either. They're trying to work their way around him. Oh, Lord, contact behind. And he's going to get hooked by the 71. Spun into traffic, and we pile him up. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Not good. A couple of cars died to the pits right on the heels of that. That's not going to help him. And here comes Parker to take the caution. Well, that was suboptimal and not what Ken needed. It's already going badly, and then the motor let go. We'll wait and see if anybody comes to pit road here, and then we'll get another angle of that on a replay. We are going to have takers to pit road here. So Parker's come in, but he's the only one. Now that might be a race-losing move. Let's watch the replay here real quick. So he'd been stuck in the outside groove. It just lays down here off of turn 2, and he's he just needs to get to the apron here, but he's not sure where this one car is going. Then some cars just jam to the inside here, and finally he decides he's got to get in and just crunches this whole line of cars together. That was just... it was never going to work out for him. So Frank Womack leads again. Dave Daniels up to second. Patrick Calgill third. Then Aaron Cummings, John Cheeseman, Mark Huron, Tommy Davis, Kevin Corbett, Doug Spark, Mark Guthrie, the top 10. Then we've got Adam Beresford, Ronaldo Scott, Brandon Rains, and then Philip Parker, who just pitted. He's got fresher tires than everybody else, I suppose, but that's a lot of ground to make up. That's not the camera angle I was looking for. And we've got 80 to go. Alright, doubling up again. The 41 is again going to be first car on the inside here. I suspect Womack will clear him pretty quickly. I'm almost tempted to watch this start from the onboard of the 79 and see how bad it gets for him, but I think we'll watch from here and maybe cut to him after a lap or two, see how he's progressing. Been a fast car, but I just don't know if it's a car that will do well in traffic. I don't know if there's really, short of another yellow coming out, everybody else pitting, and he stays out. I don't know how he's going to get back up here. Pace car is going to peel away. 33 is done for the day, by the way. 39 cars running. be our green. Frank clears the 41 right off. So good start for him. Nobody else does, so Frank Womack in a great spot here. Zero gets to the inside of the 41. And once he clears him, Daniels can go on the hunt. So I throw things at myself. Let's see how Parker's life is treating him right now. Yeah, this looks like fun. Got in the 86. On the 40, but yikes, back here is not a fun spot to be in the field. Absolute hornet's nest back here. So he's gotten up to 12th from 14th. But, making a lot of time here. Yep, here we go. Daniels has caught Womack. They're miles ahead of everybody else. he's done the catching part. Does he have anything for the passing bit? And secondary question I'll have to keep an eye on. Are Cowgill and Cummings catching him? It doesn't look like that. So he's right here with him, just doesn't have anything to do. It feels like he's just about close enough to do something, but he's just not got enough there. Hey, look at that. Philip Parker's into the top 10 again. Look at these 10 seconds back of the leader. He's past Doug Spark, moving himself up to 9th. I just don't see the strategy actually working out, though. he's going to make up some more spots here. There's just no way he gets back where he was. The strategy call is not going to have worked out. I think he's going to be lucky to get up to 4th. I don't know that he'll even be able to do that. 5th is possible, but beyond that, I don't see how. They're close at the front, but not close enough to even make a pass. He doesn't have enough of an advantage to drive through these guys, does he? Still taking some work here. So up to 6th. Tommy Davis is out here trying to pull clear of all this. And we caught lap traffic, so this might be an opportunity for Dave to actually do something here. Right on the back of him. These cars were all involved in an incident earlier in the race. Both get around Scott Drake. Not going to get any clean track to the end of the race short of a yellow, so traffic may still yet decide who wins this thing. But I don't think we're going to see Philip Parker back up here without a yellow. goes. Had some clag in my throat, and that got it. Alright. So they're just right here with each other, but... they got some traffic ahead. Covered a lot of damage from the Ken joint incident. Closing in on 25 to go. And now Womack getting a little bit of an advantage in traffic here. Just gonna be who can work this traffic, I think. We haven't seen it too bad today for the leader getting through traffic, though. That doesn't mean that can't change. Frank gets real checked up by the traffic that time. Daniel's trying to get a run on him. Right to the inside of Connor Germain. And the 13 has blown a motor and is parked right in front of the leaders. They're going to go either side of him. Is he going to get back around? Daniels going for the lead here in the traffic. 3 wide. Caution's out. Daniels has taken the lead. And Daniels will lead at the yellow flag. Now that I didn't see coming. And that's what Parker needed to help him. I don't know if it's going to give him what he needs to really have a shot at this. Well, That's interesting. Dave Daniels, your leader now. Inside 20 to go. Daniels appears to be coming into the pits. Nope, Daniels is staying out. I'm stupid. Any takers to pit road here? Honestly, it might not have been a bad thing if the 40 or the 1 or any of them had decided to come in. There's not a whole lot to lose in your last current lead lap. It looks like everybody's staying out here. So that's not going to cycle Parker, but closing the field up will help him. Alright. Well, this is going to get interesting. Is it 58 that's come in? Yes. So under caution, be about 15 to go here momentarily. Dave Daniels leads over Womack, then Cowgill, Cummings, Tommy Davis, Parker, who does have fresher tires than everybody else in the lead lap. Huron, Cheeseman, Corbett, Spark, Guthrie, Rains, Beresford, and Scott are the lead lap cars. Down to 38 running, with David Courtney now being out of the race with an engine failure. And I do know it shows 33 is an accident. That was 100% an engine failure, ladies and gentlemen. Andre Diggs, really bad day, pitted numerous times, 12 laps down. Connor Germain's lost 6 laps. Mike Carroll had an early issue and lost a lap and is up into 18th. Been making good progress as everybody gets lapped. Alright, lights on the pace car. It's 15 to go here. Where is Frank Womack going? What is the 48 car doing? There he goes. Couldn't figure out where he was supposed to be, I suppose. And he lost the lead right as that yellow came out. The car that brought out the yellow actually got him checked up and out of position and cost him the lap. Cost him the position here. So he's going to be angry and he's going to want this spot back. I think what Daniels wants to get clear here on the restart and either run green to the end or have a yellow when there's lap cars between he and everybody else, because next restart will be single file. Pace cars in if there is a next restart. Green, green, green. He's going to get clear. Frank will not. Trying to work its way forward. It's going to get Tommy Davis here. Where is he? Daniels all clear by himself. No pressure at the moment. Parker back up to 5th. Womack finally getting clear of the traffic up there. Hart thinking about 3 wide here. Thinks better of it, but he's getting held up. And Womack did not clear the lap car. And we got a crash in the back. Car hard into the wall. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Who was that? Was that Stefan Harding that's gone over? Mike Carroll involved. He'd had a good recovery, and now it's all come to naught. What just happened here off of turn number 2? 4 wide. Carroll's going to get into Baldinger up the track, heavy into the wall. Stefan Harding cartwheeling down the backstretch and over the top of the 50. Huge crash for Richmond especially, and that'll put us under caution, and we're going to get a single file restart to close this thing out. Jack Painter just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He got a hell of a view of that. It's right on board. That may have wiped out a few cars right here at the end. Mike Carroll was having such a good run, too. It's right on board with Mike here in slow-mo. He's trying to give room, but there's just he gets into the 99, and now we're in for a ride. Oh, hard down onto the roof. Yikes. Well, Dave Daniels can't be too upset because he now has a lap car between he and everybody else. And I don't know that the 41's actually going to get all these guys that were just taken out. 007 also done for the day. What happened to him? What happened to the 007? What happened to Joe Polson? Oh, did he have damage from that accident? Oh, he did. Right, he was right in the middle of the accident. I'm stupid. Ignore me. So we wiped out a number of cars there very late. Going to be a crucial restart, I suspect. Lights are still on the pace car, so there's not going to be a lot of laps. Womack has to clear the 00 almost immediately and then go straight to work. That's what it's going to take here. Running order, Dave Daniels, Frank Womack, Patrick Calgo, Aaron Cummings, Philip Parker, Tommy Davis, John Cheeseman, Mark Huron, Kevin Corbett, Doug Spark, Mark Guthrie, Brandon Rains, Adam Beresford, and Ronaldo Scott are your lead lap cars. Under caution for a wreck that involved Joe Polson, Mike Carroll, Stefan Harding, David Baldinger, and a few others. And we are going to get a restart here. It'll be 5 to go on the restart. Daniels needs to get a good restart. He needs Womack not to get alongside the 00 very quickly. If another yellow comes out, the race will be over. So that's the other thing he can hope for, is a quick yellow removes any chance of anybody racing him. We'll have to see. Pace car's going to come in here. It's going to be 5 laps to settle the Toyota 300 from Richmond for the NORL Busch Bonanza Series. Dave Daniels leads. Pace car's in. And we're green. I don't think Daniel's got a very good start there. Womack immediately looking to the inside of the double O. Womack trying to make this pass happen so that he can go after him. He clears PDJ Zeller, so he's now got 3 laps to do it, basically. Well, 4, but it's going to take a whole lap to get up there. And the caution's out, the race is over. What has happened? There's been an incident, and the race will end under caution. Dave Daniels has gotten lucky. Reigns is real slow here off the back of the field, so I'm wondering if that was... Adam Beresford turns the 86 around off into turn 3. That will end the race. That caution will end this race, so... Dave Daniels has just lucked out. Doesn't have to worry about Frank Womack catching him. Doug Spark got a little screwed there. He lost the spot right at the end. So now we just have to run these laps out. So as long as there's no mechanical failure on this car, this should be the race. I don't expect a restart. Which is a shame, because in the real world we could probably have given the one to go there and restarted this race. And done a green-white checker. That would have been fun. So running order, Daniels, Frank Womack, Patrick Cowgill, Aaron Cummings, Philip Parker, Tommy Davis, John Cheeseman. Why did I want his name to be Joseph there for a second? Mark Huron, Kevin Corbett, Mark Guthrie, Doug Spark, Ronaldo Scott picked up 2 there on the very closing end. Adam Beresford and Brandon Reigns will be the lead lap cars here. I don't think the 41 is going to get any of these 4 cars that are out of the race. But I'm not entirely sure. 2 to go. I suppose I could find the 41. Figure out what lap they're on. 287? They might... Well, no, I knew that, yeah, I knew that they were on because they're 12 laps down. I don't know what lap the guys they're trying to pass is. Were. How do words? It's going to be the white flag here. It's a bit of an anticlimax, I know, but we just got to bring this car home. White flag. He's just got to bring it around 3/4 of a mile to claim a trophy for the trophy case. Oh, yeah, look at that. The 41 got the 47. It's a real raw deal for Mark Guthrie. He was doing so well to recover from that bad start. And there's the checkered flag. Dave Daniels will win it. Frank Womack second, Patrick Cowgill, Cummings, Parker, Tommy Davis, John Cheeseman, Huron, Corbett, Guthrie, Spark, Scott, Beresford, Reigns, who somehow lost a lap here at the very end. Scoring gets goofy sometimes. Stephen Davis, Brennan Cruz Monsevis, Tony Tonto Jr., Raybo Womack, Nigel Ramaswamy, Bernard Person, Brian Lowe, Jack Painter, PDJ Zeller, Jackson Batcher, Ron Stout, JT Armstrong, Scott Deutsch, Scott Drake, Stephen Lowe, Matt Bontempi, Adriano Forporti, Broderick Whitman, Connor Germain out of the race, Joe Polson, Mike Carroll, Romandre Diggs out of the race, David Baldinger, Stefan Harding, David Courtney, Ken Joint, Joe Mersdorf, and Jared Mogard. Let's get us some points. It'll be another short track next week when we hit Bristol, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Alright. Let's find out who's gone where. File manage here. Manager, Bonanza, browse. Well, Daniels continues to lead now with 2 wins for the season. Womack in second on 2. Mark Guthrie moves up a spot. Beresford dropped 1. Patrick Calgill up 2 spots. Doug Spark holds on in 6th. Aaron Cummings moves up to 7th. Mark Huron up to 8th. Mike Carroll, unfortunately, down to 9th. Ronaldo Scott picked up a spot. Broderick Whitman lost 3. Raines picks up 4. Ron Stout drops a spot. Jackson Vetcher holds station. Phil Parker back into the top 20. Brandon Cruz Monseves up 2 spots. Stephen Lowe drops 4. Scott Drake drops 3. Rybo Womack up 1. Ramondre Diggs down 1. Kevin Corbett up 3 and is 3 points. Oh, Kevin, 3 points shy of the top 20. Ken Joint drops 5 out of the top 20. John Cheeseman up. Connor Germain drops. Jared Mogard drops. Ramaswamy Person swap. Tommy Davis climbs 7 spots. Tony Tonto up 3. David Courtney down 2. Brian Lowe up 3. David Baldinger drops 1. Joe Mersdorf drops 3. Fitzmaurice down 5. Stefan Harding dropped 2 spots. PDJ Zeller picks up 4. Matt Bontempi up 2. Scott Deutsch picks up 10 whole spots. We will see everybody next week at Bristol.